So Overeem is now trying to get licensed to fight in UFC 146 in the main event for the UFC title against Junior Dos Santos. Here lies the problem. Overeem is suspected of using steroids or other performance-enhancing drugs in his past. Therefore, the Nevada State Athletic Commission put a tight leash on him. We're talking Melvin Manhoff fighting in Japan, walking out with the sex slave guy on leash, that tight of a leash on Overeem. Overeem knew he was going to be hit with a surprise test. So when he said, sure, I'll take a leak in this cup, but guess what? His testosterone was 14 times the legal limit. So now Overeem needs to come up with an explanation. Why was my testosterone level elevated so high? Overeem has a hearing scheduled in a few days with the Athletic Commission, but UFC said, hey, we need to start promoting this. And rightfully so. They needed to promote the fight. So what did UFC do? They said, Alistair, we can't wait any longer. They pulled him off the card. Alistair Overeem is out of the main event, out of the title fight, possibly out of the UFC forever. We don't know. So Frank Mir was moved up into the main event to fight Junior Dos Santos now. But here lies the thing. Overeem now has canceled his hearing with the commission. He figures, okay, if I'm out of the fight, why go have a hearing? Why apply for a license? Here's the catch. Alistair was never licensed in the state of Nevada at the time he took the drug test. So even though he has elevated testosterone levels and is well above the legal limits to compete in the state of Nevada, he wasn't licensed at the time. Now Overeem, a few days later, comes out with an explanation. He was given a prescription anti-inflammatory. It makes sense. He had a rib injury. Alistair had a known, legitimate injury to his rib. In order for him to heal and deal with the pain, he was prescribed an anti-inflammatory. So what did the anti-inflammatory do? It screwed with his testosterone level. So now Overeem's screwed. Because of an anti-inflammatory, which makes perfect sense and is completely legitimate, and I'm sure he'll provide evidence for, he's screwed. Overeem's out of a title fight. He's possibly out of the UFC. And for what? For a mistake? So let me ask you this. Since everyone out there seems to be the judge and the jury and executioners, leave Overeem alone. Let the man have a hearing. In this country, you're innocent until proven guilty. Sure, he's not a resident of this country, but he performs here for mixed martial arts sometimes. So let's give him due process. So just leave Overeem alone. He didn't juice. He ate the horse meat. So people now question Overeem. Is he a natural athlete? Look at the size of his shoulders. Look at the size of his neck, his pectorals. The guy's a physical specimen. There's no way he's natural. Okay, sure. Well, then I guess the next thing you're going to tell me is that Arnold Schwarzenegger or Jay Cutler, that they're not natural athletes. Am I supposed to believe that? How did their necks get so big? How did their traps get so big? How did their shoulders get so big? It's called dedication. It's called working hard. Overeem is a natural athlete. He's said it many times. He's looked directly into the camera and said, I am a natural athlete, and I believe him. Overeem, I think that whoever gave you the anti-inflammatory, that innocent until proven guilty, innocent. We just want to see Overeem perform. We just want to see the Ubernie. With dedication and hard work, Alistair Overeem went from a light heavyweight competing at 205 pounds to a physical specimen now competing near and around 250 pounds of pure and solid muscle. Are we supposed to question the work ethic of Overeem? Are we supposed to question the methods of how he went from supposedly from a size 16 neck to a size 37 neck? Are we supposed to question that he allegedly had a tuxedo rental 4 years ago with a 44 chest long coat, and that allegedly at a wedding last month he had a size 64 XL long coat for his chest size? That's allegedly, by the way. There's no facts to back that up. I can't confirm the source. I'm not going to say, yeah, Front Row Brian told me, because he didn't. But if he did tell me, I would put it on here because it would be legit. FRB, you're the man. So I ask you this. Where does Overeem go from here? Does he vanish? Does he self-exile himself into the UK or Holland and go hide? Or does he come back? Does he show up for a hearing eventually? Does he try to get a fair shake and try to give us an explanation other than the anti-inflammatory excuse? Overeem, please Overeem, come back. Innocent until proven guilty. Innocent.
Come back, Overeem.
So what do you guys think? Do you think Overeem was taking advantage of the system and possibly cheating using performance-enhancing drugs? Or do you think we should see him back in the octagon again in the near future? Leave your comments here for us at MMA Prime TV.